Off your mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come.
Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live. Apologies for the late starts. I'll tell you about it later. Read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast, share it as usual, then like the broadcast. To those of you who are waiting for the hope in the hopelessness that Tinubu called renewed hope, call them, tell them, Mayegun today. I promise to make it up to you. It is going to worth the wait. ...2024 budget of renewed shege. How did they share your money? As you are waiting for them to come and fix their things, you will wait forever. Read the description. Invite the Abobakus and every one of those that you call your enemies or your frenemies or friends. Mayego today. So, Mutide, good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you. From wherever you are joining me from, this is Mayegun live. I promised you that the moment I lay my hands on the verified evidence of the padded budgets, whether they will come in pieces or they will come in bulk, you will become aware too, Abi. You remember I promised that, brethren, in the temple of truth, I am here to fulfill that promise so that those of you that think the reason why Nigeria is not working is because people like us will never stop pointing out the factors, the criminals behind why you will wait, tire, or even die, expecting any of this hope from these criminals. They do what they know how to do best. Just around 2017, when Saraki Dogara were those in charge of deciding your budget, right? Obasanjo did say, listen.
Budget padding must not go unpunished. It is a reality which is a regular and systemic practice. Nobody should pull wool over the eyes of Nigerians. Ganging up to intimidate this and threaten the life of whistleblower is deplorable and undemocratic. What of the so-called constituency projects, which is a veritable source of corruption? These constituency projects are spread over the budget for members of the National Assembly, for which they are the initiator and the contractor, directly or by proxy, and money will be fully drawn, with the project only partially executed or not executed at all. The National Assembly cabal of today is worse than any cabal that anybody may find anywhere in our national governance system. Members of the National Assembly pay themselves allowances for staff and offices they do not have or maintain. Once you are a member, you are co-opted, and your mouth is stuffed with rottenness and corruption that you cannot opt out, as you go home with not less than 15 million naira a month for a senator and 10 million naira a month for a member of House of Representatives. The National Assembly is a den of corruption by a gang of unarmed robbers. Project padding.
The gang of unarmed robbers. That is what Obasanjo called them. Now, most of you will agree with me that this is not new. It just keeps getting worse. Just like the problems of Nigeria. An average Nigerian is an expert in explaining the problems of Nigeria. But after understanding or talking about the problems, after that, Nigerians will begin to put conditions if you decide to go further. Okay? Nigeria is a corrupt place. The politicians are selfish. They always think about themselves and their families. They have been saying that before I was born. So it's not new. Everybody will say it's not new. Well, how come it lasted this long? It is because everyone who knows about the problems of Nigeria, one way or the other, is also an enabler. Because if you have to go further and say, okay, who are those corrupt people? That means you have to name names. When you start naming names, people who agree with you that Nigeria has problem, corruption everywhere, they are useless, very heartless people. When you begin to now name names, they will begin to now take sides. It's either the list is not complete because their own men or their own people or somebody from their religion, somebody from their tribe or ethnic whatever, or political party is the one you listed. What about others? And that is why the criminal politicians in Nigeria who have become inspiration for the wannabe thieves, army of criminals, enabling criminals. So, talking about them stealing money in National Assembly, padding budgets, and buying cars, these are not new. That's what Nigerian will tell you. But what Mayegu will tell you or show you is how all of this affects you. Whether you are keeping your mouth shut, whether you are those who they are giving peanuts, crumbs to ensure that people's mouths are shut or gaslighted or threatened. You. Because you need to understand how this affects you, affects your livelihood, affects your safety, your security, including your economic security. Do you not know that when you have source of income, legitimate source of income, that you can take care of your family, take care of yourself? Do you not know that is a security on its own? You think security is only about carrying guns and trying to defend you? Many people are dying from hunger. These are not people killed by bullets. They are killed by hunger. A lot of families have been broken because of this poverty. So that is what Mayegun will show you. So that when you are taking sides, you must be very aware of what you are signing up to or signing up for. That's what Mayegun will show you. None of you will tell me you don't know about all of this. Tell me you did not grow up to be hearing news like this. What did you do to it? What did we do? Along the line in your life, did you not take sides? But you also need to understand whether your own is momentary benefits or I owe you benefits. Like the people they sold Tinubu to in Ekiti. And they actually had to vote on credit. One of the horror of 2023 charade. So I will show you. And then when you begin to take your sides, you will be aware of what you are signing up for. That is where your conscience now comes in. You can be a different person in public. You can be a clout chaser in public. You can be a troll in public. You can be an ethnic or tribal champion in public. Or in private, after watching or listening to Mayegun, your choices, and the consequences of your choices, you will never deny them. Right? So today, one of the things that you have to know is that any country that writes budgets, they are writing budgets based on available data. You plan on data. Data includes if you are planning hospitals to improve on medical health care system in your country. Number one, you have to start with, okay, infrastructure, personnel, staffing, and all of that stuff, right? And then who are these people going to serve? And for what and what target? You know, you work with that data. That is when you now go back and start working. Okay, we are trying to build an hospital for mothers and and child. We want to build mother and child hospital to care for 500,000 women and their children in this demography area. We want to make sure that this facility is not going to be far away from the people it's meant to serve. This facility is going to have all of the adequate, facilities there infrastructure in to make it function, right? We are going to, all that stuff. That's the data you plan with. In Nigeria, they do not have any data to plan with. And that is why today, the Nigerian senators who received the supposed budget from Tinubu decided to insert their own non-existing projects with billions and billions of money allocated to them. Like I said, it's not new. You have been hearing it. Somehow, you do not know how that actually affects you. Okay. I just gave a description of an hospital, a medical facility, right? That could serve 500,000 people for years, give that community jobs and healthcare, okay? And if they say, how much is that going to be? Oh, it's going to cost us 100 billion naira. And then you put it in your budget. Okay, we want to provide vehicles, okay, for policemen, and we want to renovate all of the police stations, and we want to build new ones. Okay, how many are we renovating? How many new ones are you building? How much is each one? What are the capacity? What are the purposes? And all of that stuff, you put all of that data together. That's when you will now say, okay, to build all of that, we need 500 or we need 5,000 renovations to do. We also need to build 2,000 new ones. All of that, those information, like including you want to buy vehicles. Then you can now say, okay, to do all of that is going to cost us 100 billion. So that's how you put all your planning. So that means you will see, let me use another one again, electricity. Oh, we need to improve on our electricity capacity in the country. How much are they generating right now? How much do we need? How can we get that? You begin to now say, okay, which areas do we think we can actually start pumping power in, and then we can spread it to other areas? The data comes in. You say, oh, we have the capacity to generate and distribute 10,000 in a space of 1 year. How much is that? Oh, it's going to be 100 billion naira. Put it in the budget. So what that then means is when they read budget to you, you have something you are expecting. Yes, there are other factors. So like, where are they going to see the money? Are they going to borrow the money? Are they going to increase the taxes and all of that stuff? They will explain that in the budget too. But when they now say the president of your country has signed your budget, and they say they are going to spend 500 billion on healthcare, that's all Nigerians always hear. After that, it is contract galore. Contracts that will never be done. Okay. So if they now say, okay, 500, they are sending you 100, they've signed a budget. So the total of your budget is now 5 trillion naira. Okay. That means when they say your president has signed your budget, that simply means in a year time, you are going to have over 7,000 nearly brand new police posts. You are going to see policemen with at least 5,000 new cars because the budget said they will get those cars. And then the community that need healthcare that says that will serve 500,000 mothers and children. They know that by December they will get one. Because they would have told them, say, okay, this thing is going to cost, it's going to take us 2 years to build. And it's going to cost us 100 billion. So that means in a year, that community that just got an healthcare facility, they will be waiting for it and say, but not in Nigeria. So what they do most of the time is that the criminals in the executive, they will draft their own budget. In that budget, there's something called overhead expenditures. Expenditures are expenses. They do not add anything to the country. They are like services given to you, salaries. And that is where they hide their own salaries that they do not explain in your budget. All of them, from the executive. Okay, wait, I'm coming to the other part, the legislatures. But from the executive, judiciary, and the rest of them, when they submit their budget, you will see budgets of Nigeria, country that needs so much. But the money, you will see over 70% of their budget goes into overhead expenditures, salaries of politicians, travel allowances, salaries of workers too, but they won't pay those workers. Do you understand? They will pay themselves. They have never been owed. I have never seen Nigeria political appointees protested that they've not paid their salaries. So by the time the document lands in the National Assembly, those ones are already rubbing their hands like, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. So when the executive comes with, we are submitting 25 trillion, the National Assembly thieves, they will say, no, that's not enough. No. Have you ever seen something like that? Usually their job is to scrutinize everything brought to them. And sometimes during Obasanjo's time, you will see National Assembly, they will cut down the salary, the budget. They will say, Obasanjo submitted 4 trillion budget or 2 trillion budget. They will cut it down to 1.8 trillion. Some of us were old enough to remember those days, Abi. And Obasanjo, the madman, ain't go find means to remove anybody where no one may get what he wants. So that's when the crook comes in. Okay? So by the time they will now return the budget that they have passed back to the president to sign, it would have jumped by trillions. So these trillions, they are strategically planned. They will be planted in different ministries, agencies, parastatals, proposed budgets. For example, Ministry of Agriculture, building a town hall for a church. Ministry of Foreign Affairs, buying cars for royal fathers. Ministry of Works, subsidizing pilgrimage to Jerusalem and Mecca. All of these are inserted in there, and with ridiculous amount of money, like constructing 1,150 street light poles, 1,150 poles of solar paneled street lights. They will construct each. Well, it's going to cost them 225 billion naira to construct 1,150 street lights, not electric pole, street lights. And when we broke that down, it will cost them 175 million naira to build one. Which kind of street be that? And that is the street where the people there are dying of hunger. The youth in those communities, they are jobless. But the budget that was supposed to put them to work, give them job, or those who are hungry to actually have an economy they can feed themselves or support from the state, that could help a lot of people. They are constructing one street light pole for 175 million naira. Ladies and gentlemen, use their own exchange rate. That's to dollars, 175 million naira. That's almost like $100,000. Americans, let's now not get too much money all over the world. Would you see your government construct street lights with $2.5 million that will end up being each of them, $250 million, and each of them will cost them $100,000. Una no go protest. What kind of a country is that? So I have a copy. We are going to go to the part where I'm going to show you the copy. In fact, I'm going to try and put it behind me here so that I can be in the bottom side, and that can be behind me. So this guy raised the alarm, and there is no response from anywhere in Nigeria. A lot of things have been told. Nigerians have been told a lot of things that they would never, or they have never reacted in unison. Tinubu said drug dealing history became so open that the whole world was watching. Is that a real country or a joke of a country? Do they really have people in that country that a drug baron, a drug dealer, drug lord will become their president? Is that even possible? That happened. The conflicts for jihad, the people that are sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria with evidence, the Islamic jihadists, those who are domiciled in Jos, those who are domiciled in Sokoto, all of them, we have all this expose. Everybody read it. Everybody read it. They're like, yet no reaction. Wait till go make you react. But this guy said he has opened a can of worm. It's up to you. Let it be on record. I'll let you see this.
And that is why when I say I know this parliament very well, I have come a long way.
So since you know the parliament, have you erred?
And that's why we're speaking. Let's speak. Have they ever asked me since the beginning of this so-called crisis, where are your findings? Where are your documents? And I said, I'm not using my head to come up with figures. Where are your evidence? Nobody has talked to me about evidence. Nobody has suggested to even listen to me. All they are running helter-skelter is, how do we make sure that Ningi is silenced?
Well, you said you
I'm coming. Yeah. How do you make sure that Ningi is silenced so that he doesn't do anything? How do you make sure that Ningi is arrested so that he doesn't do anything? I have opened this can of worms. Neither them nor me will be able to control it. And that is why.
That's his belief. Neither them nor himself will be able to control the can of worm he has opened. Baba, they don't open drum of worm. Since me, Umayegun, since I have been doing this, I have helped a lot of fact finders. I have helped a lot of, investigative journalists who have done serious jobs to help our consciousness, to give us evidence rather than rumors or fictions, to show us these guys, to show us who they are. So Alaye no be kind of worm go shake these people anymore, Jerry. Me, I have witnessed opening. In total, the kind of worms that I have joined people to open on top these criminals in Nigeria in the last 10 years alone. You go past one every ship, one cargo ship. The drum of war. The drum of worms that we have opened. But anyway, let this also be on record. You know what they are doing? When they tell you that your president has signed 28.77 trillion naira budget the president, the people around him, none of them look into the document. It's a very big document. Over 7,000 projects. 7,000 projects. That is worth over 7 trillion naira. Fake projects are inside that bundle book. Nobody read it. Eh? Well, you see that Nengi guy, he knew where to go and read. He's one of them. And his allegation or his exposure, his expose, they've all been confirmed. It is true. Over 7,000 projects, fake projects, are part of what Tinubu signed. And the effort is to make sure that why are you raising alarm? When they find, you remember that they told you that some of them collected over 500 million. Well. The senior ranking officers of the National Assembly of Nigeria that collected over 500 million naira constituency project money paid to them to go and construct roadblock, to go and construct clinics for you or street light and boreholes. One of them has come out and said, yes, well, this is the third person. The third has come out to say it is true. But waiting they don't tell you, be say all of us collected, all other people collected 200 million. Of course, we are all senators. All animals are equal. But some animals are more equal than the others. Then they commit crimes. And they call it official stealing. Official stealing. They commit financial crimes. They go on national TV and justify it. And you, their victims, their own regular customers. You said they are what? They are smart politicians, Abi. All animals are equal. But some are more equal than the others. 200 million per senator, except for the top 10 that collected over 500 million naira each. Well, Abaribe don't come out that he is a senior ranking officer of the National Assembly, but now only 299 million then 266 million he collected for constituency projects. Abaribe, Abaribe. That he didn't receive any 500 million, no. But this guy begged to disagree. Do you mind?
Taking about 500 million value of constituency project. How many did you get? How much did you get?
Let me tell you about that, and that is what I want to address the public here, so that they get enlightened about it. This constituency project is not a new thing. In America, you stayed in America, in the American politics, they call it pork barrel. Pork barrel. In fact, their own is worse than our own, if it is by that standard.
Because of the involvement of the lawmakers?
Yes, the lawmaker, if you give him, they allocate funds for him, he decides what to do with that money in his constituency. And is given to them discretionarily. Not the same. If you are an APC, you get more. If you are a Republican, and now in Nigeria, for example, in this thing, right now, it's Democrats that has the majority. So most of the Democrats, lawyers, senators, lawmakers, will have more than their counterpart as a Republican.
Is that what is playing out in the Senate?
No, we are very nice to PDP, despite the fact that they didn't treat us like that when we were...
But you got 500 million, and some of the ranking senators in PDP.
Put it in your record.
What did you get?
Wait now. Each senator, not get, I don't want...
the value of constituency project?
Allocated, each constituency or each senatorial district, for example, all the senators have 200 million naira as their constituency project. But I'm a leader. And that is the difference. 10 of us are leaders, including the ones in the opposition. They get more than the
floor members.
The floor members. It's normal. It's they agree. But the difference now, is in those days anyway, that decision is taken by the senators. We have what they call Senate Budget Committee before. But now, the floor members entrusted that to the presiding officers. You understand? That's the difference. So most of the senators don't know what I get. And I will not tell you. Since I didn't tell my colleagues now.
You can tell us here.
No,
because some of your
No, but my colleagues know that I got better than them, more than them.
But you get up, maybe you got up to 1 billion.
It doesn't matter to you now. I told you my colleagues know that I got more than the 200.
Maybe 500
and
million.
Then some,
yeah.
No, look, you can't just pull this from. I've told you the truth now. I got more than the floor senator. It's normal.
Because the senator from Cross River said that every one of you are corporates. You are all in this, and you all got, and the disparity was there.
Yeah. It's disparity now. We are not all the same. All animals are equal, but some are more equal.
The question is...
Wait, no, I'm telling you. Yeah. All animals are equal. Some are more equal than the others.
That's what taking
of our greedy leaders. Oh, Thunder, where are you? This is the time you are supposed to strike, so that you eliminate all of them, so that you have peace in our nation. Or join them in one aeroplane, so that it will crash land in the course of their journey. Furthermore, our security agent IE.
Both of them. I mean, it's both of him. Some of you were patriotic Nigerians from abroad. Do you think any of your politicians, any politicians in the country you live in, will boldly go on TV like that and it will still have his job? So that you can know the rubbish you are supporting, you You are comfortable where you are. Abi, you are playing your tribal card from Canada, tribal card from London, tribal card from America. Just so you know the rubbish you are supporting. Abi, we'll come back to that. You know what they did? Like I said, the Pali Bondu book that they gave to Tinubu to sign is loaded with fake projects that the money will end up in their private pockets. Even at that, there are some of them that they just give total. Okay, yeah, judiciary, 100 billion. INEC, 200 billion. There is no breakdown because you cannot ask questions. If you begin to open them up, you go realize, say, INEC one by one printer, maybe for 300 million naira or 200 million naira. I'm telling you, you will realize that my lordship, the Supreme Court injustices, you realize that they want to buy their own Pampers and the rest of that for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So because of this, they hide them from the public that is going to pay for it. They just give you total. Judiciary, 250 billion. For what? We thought you said the Nigerian judiciary, the Nigerian judges are the most, are the poorest paid in the world. We're now going to tell Nigerians that your judges are earning 500,000. Is the judges earning 200,000? But yet, every year, you go to hear 100 billion, 86 billion, billion. And across all of the other component part of the contraption, the states, you go to see them too, that the budget for judges quarters, judges cars, judges days. They are robbing you left, right, and center. They are robbing you blind. And there are consequences. Yeah, there are real life victims. You, who probably is living in denial, if you don't believe. What is in that book and why? The guy was right. Listen to this one. This one will be the next governor of Ogun State. They don't arrange him. They go kill people, do all of that. Some people don't they collect. Those who are going to scream that they being power in the next few years, they've already been given Okada. They've been given money and the rest of that. Now look at him. This is the guy that is in charge of the appropriation, all those insertion. This guy has been the chairman of misappropriation, because this is not appropriation. Yayi, Solomon Yayi Adeola. He has been the chairman, Senate chairman, is the chairman Senate Committee on Appropriation. I think it was under Saraki. It was under Robert Stamplawan. I know that one for sure. And even people that have kind of come across him, they are wondering, how come this guy is so rich? If you see Yayi, and where Yayi, they spend money, they give money. I'm talking about billions and billions. You'll be like, this guy na lawmaker. Where? Nigeria paid them well. He made a lot of, he's made so much money for himself. And listen to this, he's defending something here. And then he started listing out some of the things that they intentionally did not publish for the public. For security reason. Security reason. Yes, 3.3 trillion naira. They cannot tell you how that money will be spent. They just tell you you will get the money, but they can't tell you what the money is meant for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. Did you notice anything? Yeah, you will notice it soon. Because somebody is about to tell you why they cannot reveal everything to you. That is why this guy, Ningi, he knows why. He just wanted to make all of us angry, to make them look bad. So he started counting the reasons why these people and their budget, they cannot tell you, even though they will borrow money in your name to fund it, but they can't tell you. So he started listing them, like, for example, INEC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. You still don't notice anything. Now pay attention here. Yayi.
We have here, the two documents we have here was shared to the 109 Senator of the Senate. Contained in this document, under the volume 1, paragraph 2, 3, and 4, is the breakdown of the 28.77 trillion budget that was passed. And from paragraph 7-8 are the breakdown of the budget, which we call the budget details of the entire MDAs. And when you add this figure together, as contained in this document for the entire MDAs, it comes to 25.4 trillion naira. Sir, there are agencies of the government whose budgets and their details are not contained in these two documents because they are statutory agencies and their money are on first line charge. Agencies such as 1, the judiciary. The judiciary budget details is not contained in this document. 2, the National Assembly. The National Assembly budget details is not contained in this document. 3, INEC. The INEC budget details is not contained in this document. 4, UBEC, the Universal Basic Education. The Universal Basic Education budget details is not contained in this document. 6, TED Fund. The TED Fund recurrent and capital details is not contained in this budget. 7, the Northeast Development Commission. The breakdown of the Northeast Development Commission details is not contained in this budget. 8, the NDDC. The NDDC budget details is not contained in this document. 9, the GOEs, which is the government-owned enterprise, whose expenditure stood at 1.060 trillion naira. Their details is not contained in this document. When you add all of that together, it gives you 3.221 trillion naira. And when you add it to the 25.4,
it gives you 28.77 trillion naira. And it's no new thing. I have here a copy of the last three budget that was passed, 2021, 2022, 2023. All the details of these agencies I've mentioned are not contained in this document. So for my brother...
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
Do you see how they sound so confident? Then he sounded so... He said, this is not the first time. This is how we do it. We can't tell you, you know, what that money is. Because if you begin to look at them, you realize that INEC, that is supposed to be conducting election, under INEC budget, INEC is going to construct some market for people of Unewi for maybe 300 million naira. And you'll be like, what do you concern INEC with market? Construction of market. You will see the Ministry of Agriculture. They want to construct 225 billion naira worth of a street light. You're like, what concerns, what is the business of Ministry of Agriculture with construction of street lights? You will see the Ministry of Women Affairs, Humanitarian Affairs. They will say they are what? They are building new mosques. I say, for how much, by the way? For 25 billion. You will see the Ministry of Police Affairs. They will say they are doing empowerment for royal fathers. What's it concern police with royal fathers? Now they don't put an budget. They won't, but you know what I mean? Like, this is where the numbers are coming from. I'm going to show you something very soon. It is a messed up place. And you can continue to pretend that all of this, they don't mean anything. They do. They do mean a lot. Now, you may be somebody who is not really good with numbers like me. I am very horrible with numbers when it comes to all this speaking grammar and all that. But there is something called layman understanding. And it's a very, very unique, sort of a skill to have. And I'm going to use it with you now. You pay attention on what you see. What you see is what you see. Do not let anybody use any economic jargons or grammar to deceive you or make you feel like it's because you don't understand. Of course, you do understand. This is the fraud, though. This is why you will have no jobs. You will have no electricity. You will have no real infrastructures. You will have a criminalized and corrupt policing system. Your entire security apparatuses will remain compromised. This is why. This is the source where supposed resources that could actually really do something, change something. This is how they would never get to you. You will read about them. You will never feel them. This is why. So pay attention to the numbers. Numbers matters. Statistics matters. These are born rogues, and they are very confident. The system allows it. What is your problem? What is your problem, Mayegun? Instead of you to just let us all try and come and work together and make sure that our country is great. These are the type of lunatics that we have to actually share a country with. You are seeing those that are destroying the country that will never make it better. And you are shying away from it. You want people to stop talking about it and instead come together and work together. Come together and work together to work on what? To work on hopeless document that is fraud. When you come together, work together how? Move, work together and arrest all of them, pick them. What we go do together to work together? If you don't want us to talk about this, it's unfortunate, honestly. So pay attention. Numbers matters. Here, behind me, is going to be another sort of investigation, which this time around you can indeed trace them. Padded budget. What is padded budget? Starts from when they put in fake projects to drawn money from the national purse, and at the end of the day, the money will be gone. And all of this you are reading, called budgets, they will remain just in your imagination. Until next one. Until next one. I have told you this many times. If you do not stop these criminals, they will never stop. And this is why. In case if you are watching from Nigeria, because I heard that the terrorists have attacked the internet, international underwater cable that sort of brings internet to some part of Africa, Nigeria included. So I don't know if you are able to see this from Nigeria, but if you do have a chance of being able to see this, I hope you pay attention, okay? And when you choose your prayer points next time, you will direct them to the right place, especially those of you who are very strong in faith, okay? Those of you who believe that if you pray, it will be answered. I am helping you to understand where you will direct that prayer to. Once again, Obasanjo, what Obasanjo said about these rogues. And for context, you will see where all those stolen or will be stolen money, which Nigeria doesn't even have. This is how sad this is. Nigeria is borrowing money. Nigeria money is being devalued. Nigerians are being subjected to hardship, and they are being blamed for why things are hard for them. They are being blamed to stop loving things being imported. Stop loving imported stuff. You need to start buying things from Nigeria to strengthen the naira. They are being blamed. All this hardship, money where Nigeria no get, they are borrowing the money only to end up in private pockets. Then they will blame you. What have you done to make Nigeria better? What have you done? Every time everybody blame. Is it just our leader? Is it Kiniko? Pay attention, no. You have criminals who are career criminals. Again.
Project pardoning must not go unpunished. It is a reality which is a regular and systemic practice. Nobody should pull wool over the eyes of Nigerians. Ganging up to intimidate this and threaten the life of whistleblower is deplorable and undemocratic. What of the so-called constituency projects, which is a veritable source of corruption? These constituency projects are spread over the budget for members of the National Assembly, for which they are the initiator and the contractor, directly or by proxy, and money will be fully drawn, with the project only partially executed or not executed at all. The National Assembly cabal of today is worse than any cabal that anybody may find anywhere in our national governance system. Members of the National Assembly pay themselves allowances for staff and offices they do not have or maintain. Once you are a member, you are co-opted, and your mouth is stuffed with rottenness and corruption that you cannot opt out, as you go home with not less than 15 million naira a month for a senator and 10 million naira a month for a member of House of Representatives. The National Assembly is a den of corruption by a gang of unarmed robbers.
So just like I said, we'll take the message and leave the messenger out. Today, Nigeria lawmakers who are supposed to be making laws, they have managed to empower themselves and give themselves access to the Nigerian purse, national purse, and they could take any amount they want. And they have been doing it successfully. So ridiculously and shamelessly, or criminally too, these guys, after inserting these fake projects in the budget, they will now be the contractors. or they will set up proxies to be the contractors, because the intention is just to get the money out. And you remember the project never really exists, Abby. Now let me show you this. This is what a budget came up with. Again, I'm just going to touch the numbers, the readable ones there, not all of the nuances, okay? So they say allocations excluded from the budget breakdown published account for Ningi's allegation, okay? Now here is the breakdown. From Ningi's discovery, the budgets that they didn't really expose, that nobody has their details, but eventually they hid that from the public. But some of them have the copies, eventually, which makes Ningi mad. So Niger Delta Development Commission will get over 338 billion naira. UBE will get 263 billion naira. National Human Rights Commission in Nigeria, a country with lawlessness, so you will be wondering, do they really have a Human Rights Commission? 5 billion naira. Northeast Development Commission, like NDDC, they will get 131 billion naira. Meanwhile, for your information, you see this Northeast Development Commission, they are like supposed to be like Niger Delta NDDC, okay? Their total budget was put at over 230 billion. And you know something? 230 or 232 billion. Out of the 232 billion budget, 230 billion is for personnel costs, because they have a staff of 1,500 staff. How to pay them? Now, them supposed to go to the Northeast to where the terrorists, the Boko Haram Fulani terrorists in Borno and all those areas. So they are supposed to be the commission to go and develop the place. Their first budgets, they will just, their budget under Tinubu, 232 billion, but 230 is for personnel cost, salaries of their own, of themselves. But it's not true fully, because that's where the insertion and padding comes in. We'll get to that part. Let's go further. You've seen them on your screen anyway. So Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, 131 billion. National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, 131 billion. Do you see the near uniformity in the amount of money allocated to those agencies? You can see the uniformity. Somebody just sat somewhere and just drafted the number. No detail, no nothing. When you put all of that together, which is a subtotal, it comes to, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So it comes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25.4 trillion. Okay. Here is the excluded breakdown as well. They said government-owned enterprises budget, 1.8 trillion. Third fund, 700 billion. National Judicial Council, this is the judiciary, 341 billion. National Assembly, 344 billion. Public Complaints Commission, 14 billion. INEC, 40 billion. So if you add all of this, it comes to 3.3 trillion. That's what Adeola said, Abi. And everything will be 28 trillion. Now let's go look inward further breakdown of the insertion. So take a look at this one. They said projects that are greater than 5 billion naira, and where they found them. They found 55 projects that are in the, each of them are more than one. So they are more than 5 billion. They found 55 of them. Projects that greater than or equal to 1 billion. Okay, they found 281 projects that individually they worth greater than or equal to 500 million naira projects. They found 464 of such projects. So also they said projects that are greater or equal to 100 million naira. They found 3,706. The projects that are around 50 million or a little bit over 50 million, they found 1,458. The ones that are like less than 50 million naira project, they found 1,437 of them. Less than 10 million naira project, they found 46. So at the end of the day, they found 7,447 insertion projects. Now, if you continue with the fragmentation, you continue to break it down, all right? You to like, to ministries, parastatals who submitted them, right? Or where they ended them. Now, from their findings, they said a 100 billion envelope was enmarked in 2024 executive budget proposal for lawmakers to nominate constituency or zonal intervention projects to cater to projects in their constituencies. So it was meant to be 100 billion for the senators and the lawmakers to go and look for something to do for their people. However, the National Assembly members have gone beyond the 100 billion envelope to insert thousands of constituency-like projects in the budget of 326 ministries, departments, and agencies that in most cases neither have the mandate nor technical capacity to implement and monitor the execution of the projects. For example, 1,777 projects worth 218.6 billion naira are to be directly delivered in federal constituencies, while 1,308 projects with a value of 176 billion naira are directly in senatorial districts. Other categories of projects include 1,150 street lights worth 212 billion naira, 427 boreholes worth 82.5 billion naira, 170 ICT projects with a value of 30.95 billion naira, and 7.61 billion naira for empowerment of traditional rulers. If our analysis shows that 1,308 projects are to be implemented specially in senatorial districts, it is not out of place that apart from the constituency projects, lawmakers also added up projects to their constituencies, at least 500 million naira each. Now take a look. For federal constituencies, this is the breakdown. For constituencies, they have 1,000. This is the lawmakers that inserted this. So this is not budget of Tinubu now. These are just your lawmakers. So, all right. 218 billion naira, 18.6 billion naira will fund that. Also, senatorial district, 176 billion. Okay. Street lights, 212 billion. These are also for senators and reps now. Boreholes, 82 billion. ICT projects, 170 billion. Sorry, 30.96 billion rather. Construction and renovation of community town halls, 11.32 billion. Education-related projects, construction of classroom blocks, provision of exercise books, training of teachers, etc. 186.78 billion. Health-related projects, 89.63 billion. Empowerment of traditional rulers, 7.62 billion. Road construction and rehabilitation, lawmakers, 460.16 billion. Purchase of security vehicles, lawmakers, 2.04 billion. Nigeria will be great. You are telling your children not to listen to Mayegun. This Mayegun he doesn't like Nigeria. I don't know why this Mayegun doesn't like Nigeria. You are telling your children that Nigeria will be great. Is this how a great country? Is this how a country will be great? But why? Thank you so much for that, your super chats. I appreciate that. But let's continue. Breakdown new, right? Now see where they inserted all of the projects. All this money, where they hid them to make them look like They were the projects from the ministries, departments, agencies. And as for the agencies, ministries, and departments, have you seen any of them come out and say, no, we did not submit that? Oh. No, that is not from us. Oh. No. Ministry of Agriculture submitted the budget. Take a look at this. Oh. In the Ministry of Agriculture alone, your lawmakers are going to scoop 632 billion naira. It's going to go into the pocket of your Now, Ministry of Works, 242 billion inserted. Ministry of Science and Technology, 207 billion. Ministry of Education, 150 billion. Ministry of Water Resources, 146 billion. Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, 146 billion, 145 billion. You dey see them on your screen? These are the insertion, no? Top ministries with insertions padded. You see? This money is going into private pocket of different of these guys who have set up different companies. These companies will collect this money. You will never see any of this shishi. You are still going to wait and be looking for money. You are still going to be waiting for water. Nigeria and Nigerian lawmakers collect all these billions. They are multi-billionaires, seriously, guys. And this is how they make their money. And this is why an average lawmaker will rather keep quiet, even when they can see all of this before they get to public. They know it. They would rather just wait and see which of them can they benefit from. All this money are going into private pockets. How can you say and believe if anybody tell you that that country is going to be great? How? The question you should be asking is how? Is Nigeria going to be great like this? How? Are you looking at them? Ministry of Labor and Employment, 79 billion. Ministry of Power, 74 billion. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, 62 billion. Ministry of Trade and Investment, 62 billion. Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, 61 billion. Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, 49 billion. Ministry of Police Affairs, 29 billion, 29.91 billion. Ministry of Transport, 29.34 billion. The presidency, 20, even for inside Tinubu's presidency, they still inserted something inside, 21.6 billion, 77 infractions. It continues, it gets worse. Okay? Insertion by ministries, agencies, and departments. For Ministry of Works, right? The totals of what they put out is what? 178 frequency, 222 billion. Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, 130 billion. Nigeria Building and Road Research Institute, Lagos, 110 billion. Federal Cooperative College, Oji River, 90.81 billion. National Rural Electrification Agency, 70.58 billion. National Productivity Center, 63.50 billion. JSU, Smedan, Headquarters, 57.88 billion. ABBA, Border Communities Development Agency, BCDA Headquarters, 51.9 billion. Kilo Day, National Senior Secondary Education Commission, 49.80 billion. Shokoto Rima, RBDA, ABBA, 48.95 billion. Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Headquarters, 47.88 billion. Kilo Day. I'm out of breath. I'm out of breath. These are money that they have cooked up, mopped up something to represent them, and they are part of what they sign. Kiloku, what is left now? Okay, what is actually now left that they're actually going to spend on you? Federal Cooperative College, Ibadan, 45.36 billion. Federal College of Horticulture, Dadinkowa, Gombe, 42.39 billion. Federal College of Fisheries and Marine Technology, Lagos, 40.22 billion. The follows item out of a mandate of all these ministries, departments, and agencies. Most of what they actually budget this money for under these ministries, departments, and agencies, ladies and gentlemen, some of these agencies don't even have the capacity to carry them out. But they have inserted them in their ministries. This money, people who put all the fake projects there, they will cash out once the money is available and released to them. Baba? And they say Nigeria go better. And you, Ashiri, you are trying to stop me from talking. You are asking me, what is the solution? And I'm talking, you are asking me the solution. So, all this while, you still have no idea that if you continue like this, poverty from generation to generation, you are seated there and asking me, all of these things, what is the solution? Go kill you there. To solution, go somewhere and search for that. We that need somebody to actually tell them what the solution should be. How can a country develop like this? How can you ever believe anybody that tells you that some enemies of Nigeria don't want Nigeria to be great, and that enemy is the one on your screen telling you some Nigeria enemies that don't want Nigeria to be great? Who are those who don't want Nigeria to be great like this? Other than the people that you don't want people to expose. You are fighting religious war, supremacy, ethnic this. We are better than you. You are this. You are that. You already broke your life. You see your life. This is how they've mortgaged your life. Oh, they are mortgaging the lives of your own children. Oh, and children. Oh, but here you are. You are doing a backflip because you are the ethnic champion. Abi, be solution lo me. Lori bu ada age. At your age, you are asking for solution. The solution that is staring you on the face. Oh dear man. I mean, come on. A country, you can't grow a country like this. You can't lie to yourself out of this. Now take a look. Okay? See this. You will now understand when they say Nigeria is finished. This is how you understand. Under this agency, supposed parastatal, the agency, National Center for Agricultural Mechanization, Ilorin. See the budget they put under them that these people will carry out. From Ilorin, National Center for Agricultural Mechanization, Ilorin will be buying security patrol vehicles in Lagos for 500 million naira. The same Agricultural Mechanization Center in Ilorin is going to be, support. It's a support for language studies and arts in Bayelsa West Senatorial District, 50 million. A center in Ilorin is going to carry out a project, support for traditional rulers and chiefs, 40 million. They are also going to build a special ICT training for youth and graduates for professional certification in selected locations of Ilishon Irolu, Ashayobo, and Idinyin community. Ilishon Irolu. Okay, here is another one. They are going to do this. All these ones now Ogun State. Ilorin Center go they build something for people in Ogun State. 200 million naira. For Ogiri, Agbowa, Otakpale community, Logun State. 200 million. ICT Center in Oyebajo, Isheri, and Okeagbede community, 200 million. Rehabilitation of primary school and health center in Ondo Central Senatorial District, 58 million. Provision of community-based health insurance for people of Bayelsa West Senatorial District, 58 million. 200 million. Construction and renovation of hospital and health center in Bayelsa, 100 million. Center Ilorin. A center from Ilorin. They will do installation of solar street lights in Adamawa State, 120 million. They will provide street lights for people of Ebonyi State, 10 million. Center in Ilorin. They will collect 1.2 billion. And they will provide provision and installation of solar street lights in Grumi, Bukunjumu, Nizamfara. They will construct a street light in Imo. Wait a minute, this one. Umbalitoli. Ikeduru Federal Constituency, Imo State, Ekiti, Ishiwi Rekodun, Okero, Federal Constituency, in Kwara. Lati Ilorin, they will be construct 1.2 billion. Do you need anybody to tell you more? Country to very great, a country that will be great. Here is another one. Federal Cooperative College or G River. They are going to construct, look at this, they will construct rural farm road in Isien and Etim Ekpo of Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial District at 500 million naira per local government, so 1 billion. The same one, Oji River, Imo State, Abiboni Oji River. Where is Oji River? They will construct road. Cooperative College, Federal Cooperative College, they construct road at Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial District for 1 billion. They are rehabilitating road. They are installing transformer, cable in different towns. Ika and Ikotek Mene local government and Northwest, Northwest Senatorial District, Akwa Ibom. Let me drink something. I'll be back. I actually need a break.
Of our grading leaders. Oh, Thunder, where are you? This is the time you are supposed to strike, so that you eliminate all of them, so that you have peace in our nation. We'll join them in one aeroplane, so that it will crash land in the course of their journey. Furthermore, our security agents, i.e., the police and the of our.
I'm going to finish it. I'm not going to stop because it has to be on record. If you don't watch me, if you don't listen to me, your children will see this video. If your children are too old to change, like yourself, their own children will see this video. And posterity will be kind to all of us who never shut up. Because this is why we told you, you can't run a country like this. Why are you deceiving yourselves? Why are you pretending? And these guys are still wearing their agbada. They are still rolling them because they are daring you. Kill every shit. What do you go do? What do you want to go? What do you go do after? And so, audacious thieves. Me oririo, borio. You know, maybe you don't see your screen now. I mean, I left all this on your screen. Yeah. Mosiam. Here is another one. Oji River College, 1 billion, 800 million. Obanliku VIP toilet and staff office. Obanliku local government area. Construction of town hall in selected communities in Southwest. They don't even name the name. They just put 1 billion. Siam. Construction of town hall in selected communities in Southwest. What is Southwest? 1 billion. Job for the boys. Community town hall. I mean, provision of town hall for community integration in various selected locations across Nigeria. 1 billion. Just like that. And you are there, you are putting your prayer point on. Heavenly Father, we look up to you to come and rescue Nigeria. Rescue Bebere. Where do you think Almighty Father will start from? Where do you think your sky daddy will start from? Because that's the only magician that can rescue you. The only magician. The real God, don't they tell you, say, now voice you go to hear. The real God, now voice you go to tell you, say, son. You dey see where Nigeria they go so. Now die you dey so if you no rise and fight, oh. You fight, you die. You no fight, you die. I am your father. That voice you have been waiting for. Rise. Rise and go and fight so that your children will not be slaves. That is the voice of God. Not be the one with the sky where you point to me and come. God. Okay, Boni, okay, Wani. Mommy. The mountain of Shege in front of you. Most of them are personally enabled. Go listen carefully. The devil that you are praying against are those who are wearing agbada there. They are the real devil. They are physical, they're not spiritual. Anyway, when a college is going to be controlled, 800, that place, see, this college alone, you know something, Let's do this together now, okay? Now, 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion, 5 billion, 6 billion, 6.8 billion, 7.6 billion. 7.6 billion plus 500 million. 7.6, that would be 8.1 billion. 8.1 billion plus 300 million. That's 8.4 billion. 8.4 billion plus 150 million. That is 8.55 billion naira. 8.55 billion. Now, you see this college alone, they don't use them, still 8.55 billion. If you be one person, we go collect all this money. Just one person. That is his own settlement for this year, 1 billion. Let's go back to this one here. This one from the National Center, Ilorin, Agricultural Mechanization, Ilorin, 500 million, 50 million to 550, 590, 590 plus 200, 790, 790 plus 200, 990, 990 plus 200, 1.190, 1.190 plus 58. I think that's why I'm going to have problem. That's mixing up now. So 1.1, I'll go from 1.15 and 1.19. So that would be 1.248. 1.248 plus 200, that would be 1.348. 1.348 and all of that. Anyway, man, don't waste our time. So let's go to another one. So these are billions and billions that have been, you know what I mean, squandered. And they are just there. They are called authority stealing. And there is no country that can survive that. There is no country. There is no amount of endurance that you think you might have. What you are still going to face as a people is going to be worse than whatever you think you are facing right now. I hope you understand, yeah? Now go to this. They have done their best to kind of make it we versus them versus we thing. A lot of you are already playing the tribal card. A lot of you are already playing the North versus this or that. But if you are watching me, I just shown you now how trillions of your supposed money, after everything you have given to these people, they were supposed, their budget was like 100 billion. They increased it to over 400 billion. They won't even tell you the content of it. Then they also went straight for what was supposed to be your own share of the national wealth. Through the budget, you can have those street lights for real. You can have those medical centers. You can have those roads. You can have all these things. But when these guys choose to actually get them through bogus insertion like this, it is criminal. I promise you, it is treason. If an American lawmaker or a British lawmaker who works within the area of appropriation decided to now change the law or trying to insert some strange clauses so as for them to have access to decide whatever they can, and nothing will happen. Consequences, actions have consequences. If you don't stop them, you will be the one bearing those consequences. So when that Ningi guy said, I'm going to play him again because after that action, they believe that the North is trying to remove Akpabiole and his gang of thieves. So therefore, they have to protect themselves. And they decided to elect one of them again as Southern senators. These are a bunch of rogues who have collected money. And you that believes that you are from the Southwest, I am the Southerner, we must stand by ourselves. Now, so Northerners they do. How much money then carry give you from all of this now? How much of these real projects have you, how much of these fake projects have become real in your communities? So before you begin to shout North versus South, or you will stand behind your this or that in the South, I just want you to know that you are also the victim of your choices. So here you get Ningi, just a kind of, yeah.
And that is why when I say I know this parliament very well, I have come a long way.
So since you know the parliament, have you erred?
And that's why we're speaking. Let's speak. Have they ever asked me since the beginning of this so-called crisis, where are your findings? Where are your documents? And I said, I'm not using my head to come up with figures. Where are your evidence? Nobody has talked to me about evidence. Nobody has suggested to even listen to me. All they are running helter-skelter is how do we make sure that Ningi is silenced?
Well, you said you
I'm coming. Yeah. How do you make sure that Ningi is silenced so that he doesn't do anything? How do you make sure that Ningi is arrested so that he doesn't do anything? I have opened this can of worms. Neither them nor me will be able to control it.
Which is true. If those who are aware today, able-bodied men and women, decide to play and continue to play tribal, religious, and ethnic cards in the face of this economic, economic war that they have waged on you and your children and your children's children, the one that is not sparing you, whether you are for APC or PDP, it doesn't even matter anymore. Now, people will not get sense. Will still be having strength to go and fight this tribal war or this ethnic war or religious war at this point, except if you are a terrorist. Yeah, those are the ones who are fighting the religious war. You'll be a very stupid person to be jumping here and there, to try to want to be the ethnic champion when the shege that is dealing with all of you, everybody right now, is not discriminating. So it will be a foolish thing for anybody. So if those of you who are supposed to be mentally stable, mentally capable individuals who are the direct victims of all of this, if you do not act, there is a generation that will act. You see, this information is very, very useful to them. I am glad that a lot of all these Gen Z themselves are now paying attention to politics. Now they know that if they are poor or struggling, it's not because they were sinners. It's not because they are not praying enough. It's not because they are not close to God enough. It is simply because criminals are making decisions, and these decisions are affecting them. These decisions are totally going to make the world rigged against them. They are understanding. Of course, they might not really have gathered enough understanding of how to actually stand up and get rid of all these rogues. And all of you, they are closet sympathizers and defenders. So if my message is not gelling with you, if you are still seated there and asking me what's the way forward, my message may not really be for you. In fact, my own entire mission, you may not even be my target. Currently, I am shooting everywhere now, but gradually, I am beginning to understand my own real audience. A lot of you, especially those of you who are from my generation, we are the last. That could be the border, the margin between the past as well as the present. Okay, we used to be the future. We're the generation that possibly took this generation social conditioning, took it in more. And we're also the same generation that has been consistently rebellious. But somehow, so many of us have proven that no matter how long we want to rebel against this rigged system, we will end up being, sort of either compromised or broken. So therefore, I do see my generation and the generation, the one before myself, and the ones before them and on like that, like the dry fish. We have been shaped. A lot of us were groomed to be bigots. And that bigotry is something that is naturally to many of us. It doesn't matter where you come from. Do you understand? So I am not going to try to change you. You are not going to be my target. But you see those young minds, most of them are going to be your children, right? They will understand what is going on. And they will also have the courage to end it if you can't, if we can't. So yes, my message may not 100% be for you. In fact, possibly not 100% for you if you are already in your 40s. But you see those ones coming, they must be alerted. Whatever lie they told me and you, that we lived long enough, this long enough, to even understand what and how we got here. The coming generation shouldn't actually spend that long to understand it. And they must understand that if they don't act, they too, they will end as a waste. There's some of those generations before us. And some of us who have the opportunity right now can see it as a second chance. You cannot clean the house of the criminals or lick the houses of the criminals whose mission and only goal is to ensure that they destroy us. These guys have no religion, they have no tribes, they have no ethnic that they are loyal to. They are not loyal to anybody but themselves. So you will be a foolish person still fighting this tribal battle or this or that. Okay? Anywhere. Thought two. God bless you, Baba. Thank you very much for that. Now, let me quickly use this break to thank all my super chatters tonight. It seems that my people are feeling generous again tonight, and I appreciate that, okay? Thank you for that. Celia Gabalive, thank you. Yeah, I've got Chrissy. It's been a while, Missy. I have not heard from Chrissy, so it's good to hear from you again as well. Thank you. As well as Kangiwa. That is very kind of you, Kangiwa. Thank you so much for your super chat. I've got Olade as well, who also stopped by. Olade, thank you. Who else is there? I'm so sorry if I miss yours, okay? But I think I actually covered everyone. So thank you very much, every one of you. I appreciate that. The terrorists in Nigeria, they too are taking their own shot. They're having field day on Nigerians. We are victims of, sometimes we are victims of our choices. Sometimes it's not about the choice we make. It is the choice we did not make, or the actions that we did not take. In all of this, understanding that bad government does not spare anyone. And where you have bad government, we are not talking about one individual. We are talking about, a horde of career criminals. And career criminals, just like every criminal, if they are not caught, they probably won't see it as doing anything bad or wrong. Okay? And most times when they are caught, they are like looking for who to blame. But if they are ever caught and the chance or avenue to repeat such crime is completely blocked, you might be saving lives. I mean, you will be saving lives. In Nigeria, you have an entire system that is totally rigged. I'm talking about an entire corrupt system that those who are benefiting from it, they will remain quiet and spend enough to ensure that the status quo continues. And those who are shut out of it are screaming at the top of their lungs of how heartless, how inhuman these people are, how uncaring, how this and that. But we figured out that a majority of them are not sincere too. Majority of Nigerians are those who are waiting for their own turn. And we coined a word around that. We actually coined a phrase around that. That if anybody tells you to wait that Nigeria will be better, do not believe them. There could be one of those who are waiting for their own turn too. I have heard people who have told me, Nigeria cannot break up now. How can Nigeria break up now? With me, I never become governor. I never buy my own, I never build my own this. I never buy my own yacht. I never buy my own PJ. So me, I don't dream, say one day I go be governor. Now I can't break up Nigeria now. No. If I become my own, if I enter politics and I make my own money, we can now break up Nigeria. Do you understand that? There are those that will tell you that Nigeria will still work. And some of you do believe them because they look like they are sincere. No, they are not. There is nobody that will see how and what is happening in Nigeria and how they are happening that will ever dream of saying, I want to go and be governor. I want to go and be president. I want to go and fix the place. Are you mad? Who are you deceiving? You just want to go and take your own shot. Go on. Come on. Go on. Do not lie to us and make us feel like, oh yeah, I'm just going back there to go and make sure that all of us cannot be criticizing them. That's why I decided to go and join them. We all need to go back home. We all need to go and support. We all need to bring our ideas. We need to bring our exposure. Come back to Nigeria. Come and bring your ideas. Your ideas like to who? One turn anyway is a deceit. Majority of people like that are only waiting for their own turn. And they are mostly those who feels like, how can Nigeria break up now? And there are those that will beat their chest. Nigeria can never break up, my brother. Don't let us deceive ourselves. Because they can never imagine it. Nigeria break up. No, it's impossible. Like, Go possible, Joe. Do you know how many people that are benefiting? Do you know those people where they do firewall? You know those people where they do kinikon? You know kinikon? You know, you run you. They are only projecting things they have seen that made them believe that those people are so powerful than the people's power. There is no one, there's no, you can never see anybody that is more powerful than the people's power. But people hardly discover their true power, their true strength. But in history, whenever people discover their true power, hey, it becomes the people's power. No power bigger than the people's power. So, but there are those who are already like that. Like, I'm just waiting for my own turn. What we need to do, instead of us talking about breaking up Nigeria, which is never going to happen. See, let me tell you something. What we should need to do is that let us see how we can come together. Yeah, let us see how we can come together and work to because there are so many of them that can never imagine Nigeria breaking up. How? The North will never agree for Nigeria to break up. Let us be honest with ourselves. This country can never break up. These northern people, they are so powerful. They can never allow it to break up. There are people like that. You think they are real. They are not real. They are projecting their fear because they can never imagine it. Ever. How? I don't know. It's impossible. There are those that will witness it and be like, if they tell me, say, Nigeria go break up, I am one of those out there say, no fear happening. But the things, the stuffs that will break up Nigeria are the things they want you to look away from. Look away. Don't worry. You see, Nigeria is a place where things are almost, just come back. People have told me a lot of that. I am reminding you here that my intention is not to change your mind. My intention is to give you the true picture of happenings that breaks countries, throw countries into civil war. Serious one. All of these criteria, Nigeria fits them very well. And you can live in denial. You can pretend it's not happening. That doesn't make it disappear. No. That you want to tell your mind that, no, even though my car tank is empty, but I'm just going to tell myself that it's not empty in Jesus' name. Come on, that won't fill up the tank of your car. I mean, come on. It's empty. You will need to fill it up. That you are telling yourself that even though the car is empty, but I don't believe it's empty. It doesn't mean it's empty. It's not empty in Jesus. No, come on, man. Stop fooling around. As Nigeria continues on this trajectory, the only thing you should pray for is that you should not die quick. Live long. If you live long enough, like a lot that we have witnessed lately, your heroes can turn to villains. You know that? The people that we used to be like, he's my role model. Why is my role model? I respect him. So I grew up reading about him. Some of them today, you see their picture now, there are some of the people where they respect a lot before. When you now started seeing their position on their politics and all of that, and how that has affected you today. Now when you see them, you don't even want to see them anymore. When you hear them, when you see them on the TV, get out of my screen, Jared. I don't want to be looking at that man. But 10, 15, 20 years ago, they were your role models, Abi. And that's why they say, if you live long enough, or if your heroes live long enough, they might come back as, they will end up as villains. So me, I would say, if you live long enough, you might witness the breakup of Nigeria. We might. And if you say, over your dead body, will Nigeria break up? What can we say? Let's just say amen. Just Kuku die. So Nigeria can then come over your dead body. If anybody say over my dead, just say amen. Amen. You are not cursing anybody. Okay? You just say amen to that. The terrorists that demanded for 40 trillion naira a few days ago, they haven't received any response yet. Well, there's probably no response anyway. 40 trillion. What is the 28.77 trillion naira of Nigeria is the one that has made a lot of wahala right now. So there's nobody getting any 40 trillion. However, the terrorists that kidnapped 286 school children in Kaduna, they have now made their demand. They said they will kill the children starting from the 19? Okay, doesn't really matter. They said they will start killing the children in a week time if 1 billion naira ransom is not paid to them. There has been increase in mass kidnappings in the last few weeks. And we have an intelligence report in the intel. We have an intel that already said that this is coordinated. There will be more. It is always the time when they are raising funds to buy new weapons, the terrorists and their sponsor. This is when you are going to be witnessing mass kidnapping, school children kidnapping. Because the easiest way to get money is to kidnap school children that will raise an alarm, and the politicians will come together and they can dip their hand in their state government wallet and just take any amount of money. Nigeria is a place where the states, the state government, the state governors, all over the 36 states in Nigeria, in a year, they are deducting over 370 billion naira for security votes. But there is no security. Entire Nigeria, the total money that they drawn for security vote from their allocations is over 370 billion a year. Unfortunately. So it's the easiest way for the terrorists to get paid. The families of some of these victims up north, since this terrorism became an industry in Nigeria, starting from when the ambitious Al-Qaeda People's Congress, All Promises Council, APC, Egbe, since the moment that they became ambitious of taking over Nigeria, when they invited their own brothers, cousins from Futajalon, Futasoro, Futasadness, and all that, to overrun Nigeria if Goodluck Egbere Jolantan should by all means fail to hand over power to Muhammadu Buhari, the Daura Manecoin, yes, the lifeless may God. And at the end of the day, terrorism became an industry in Nigeria. People were selling their properties, selling their lands, their inheritance. People are going into debt, they are borrowing money to pay ransom in northern Nigeria. You see, when this is over, you will love to see a detailed report of the wreck that bad governance or bad government wrecked in northern Nigeria. It is beyond that they are just killing farmers and kidnapping people and then, kidnapping women and children and raping them. The damages is deeper. The cut is deeper. But there are those making money from it. So a lot of people believe the scourge that you are witnessing right now, it is going to still escalate. And it is the purpose of raising money. The terrorists need to raise money for weapons. as they will get money from government, they will get money from the individuals too. At the end of the day, maybe it is already a multi-billion dollars industry, terrorism in Nigeria, yet the sponsor, they are also those in government. Nobody say we don't know them. The problem is Nigeria no fit capture them because esprit they call. Terrorists know they capture terrorists except if they are fighting for territories. In this regard, doesn't seem to be any fighting between the top terrorists, unpatriotic elements that will rather sacrifice you, your children, your land, just for a piece of paper with dead men on them. Is that not what money is? Colorful paper with dead men and women. And because of money, life and all of that stuff, So yeah, they're asking for 1 billion. And Tinubu said he's not going to give any dime, any shishi, to any terrorist. Of course, they all said that. They all say that, by the way. But we all know it's also part of those who are going to draw money from your national purse. Abi, where do you think this ransom will come from? I hope they will rescue them without having to pay, and I hope they rescue them safely too. But we are also monitoring, like everyone else. For learning, my brother, sir, Ben Thierry, thank you very much for your super chat and your message. Indeed, take it or leave it. Nigeria is not working. It cannot work, and it won't work. Nigeria is beyond repair. And even if anyone feels like Nigeria should work and all that, I've shown you things now. Where do you think they will bring what will make Nigeria work from now? When the little resources that you have, despite all you have given to these people or given to themselves, the money they pay to themselves, and all of this, open or blank check that they write for themselves, what should have even come in and make life easier for you? Generate electricity enough that you can possibly take care of yourselves. And you're not even asking for much. Make the country safe, provide electricity, provide infrastructures. The people will do the rest. And you can begin to catch, harvest the reward of investing in your people. But no, they are investing in themselves and they are daring you. What are you going to do? So in their own fighting back, by the way, they have elected some of them as southern senators. So if the northerners tried anything now, the southerners will fight them back. This thing is our turn. So if we are stealing and all of that, what is your problem? Why are you always, here? And this is not for you, it is for them.
It's just transferring their powers and responsibilities to us. So we have been running. It's not as if we haven't existed. It has always existed. What we just have now is a change of leadership. Because our former leader presently is the leader of the Senate. And of course, we now have a new leadership. And we also will follow in the line of direction that they have given us. So it's a continuity. So you can rest assured that we will all work together. Thank you very much. God! It's just transferring.
So they are getting themselves ready. If any northerner oppose anything now, we'll suspend you. The hell are you talking about? This is our turn and our chance. So talking about the terrorists making demand, and yesterday we saw the supporters of Bodejo, the Miyetti Allah leader that was arrested for launching a vigilante group, and they said he's launching a terrorist group. And I said yesterday that are you sure God is not? Are you sure God doesn't have a sense of humor? Because we remember that it was the same Miyetti Allah, this same Bodejo, that placed a ransom of 100 million naira on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That anybody that could help them or tell them where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was, they will give them 100 million. So the guy now did the DSS detention. Today is what, 14th, right? So in the next 5 days, next week, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be in court and the court will decide on his bail application. We expect him to be released. So, and if I get to speak to him, I'm going to ask him, Mazi, did you see that Bodejo in the DSS detention, or it was all a fluke? I'll ask him, did you see? If he said, if he says he sees him, he found him there or something, right? Definitely, I'm going to be like, what did you tell him? What did he tell you? Because his boys are already saying, if they don't release their man, their cousins in the forest, they will make life hell for Nigeria. Here.
Voice heard and known that the Nigerian security agencies should, without further delay, free and release unconditionally Bello Bodejo, the president of Miyetti Allah, because up until now his families were not granted access to visit him. Now we are just coming out from the court and the case has been adjourned to 22nd of March. We hope and pray that before then they will release him, because he is not a criminal. He has no criminal record. He will not run away and leave this country. So if not because of the failure of our security agencies, there are bandits in the forest who they should have gone after, who are carrying arms, but it is defenseless individuals they are going after. This is worrisome, and this shows that they are not even prepared. Why they did not bring him to court today is because they have even failed to establish a prima facie case against him. That is the major reason. So they must release him unconditionally, because we are peace-loving people. We came here peacefully. We deliver our message peacefully, and we do not intend to cause havoc or cause any violence. But if we are pushed to the wall, we don't know what some of our radical members might do. So it is incumbent on the Nigerian government and the security agencies to, without further delay, release Bello Bodejo unconditionally.
My Lord has given the
nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
If they drop a threat, Baba Wiri, go and do what your radical brothers can do. Okay? Who provoked them when they are killing and kidnapping innocent children? Who provoked them? Waiting be people's offense. What did people actually do that Fulani terrorists are killing them in their own ancestral land, indigenous people there? What would you say is their offense? Because they won't give their lands for open grazing. So now they can possibly start killing people because Bodejo has been arrested. So what are you going to do that you haven't really done? It's a question. Abi? Anyway, Naxi, thank you for your own super chat as well. Otibolo Nigeria, you are right. Baba, here is one other protest from Enugu, and it's called UNTH. I beg, what is the youth, I don't know. University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital, Unsuka. That should be anyway. Here, one of them, and they are also battling. Apart from those that are facing the shortage of staff and all of that when it comes to these medical practitioners in Nigeria, right? Because Japa, a lot of them have left Nigeria. Those who are left in Nigeria still have to battle kidnapping. And here is their own way of saying, we've had enough. Like it's getting out of hand though. They are kidnapping our colleagues and they are doing all of this to us and all that. Here. I support them. No Ngozi, no work. So it's like staging a workout. it's like you are on your own, no? Like the NYSC. They don't tell you say if they kidnap you. NYSC advice, security advice is that if you are going to any part of Nigeria, you should have somebody's number, 3 people that can pay your ransom. I'm not joking, I didn't make that up. It's part of the NYSC pamphlet. If you want to go and serve Nigeria and then kidnap you, NYSC will not do anything. Oh, remember to have the number of your family members or anybody that can pay ransom. Don't call NYSC. Oh. So I love that workout. If the institution you work for can replace you within minutes, if anything happens to you, then why am I still working there? If something happens to my colleague and I can see the attitude of the institution I'm working for, why am I still there? So I love that workout. It's not just one person, and I hope they stay united, by the way, right? So on the issue of the level of poverty, and we all know that Ramadan is out now, this APC, Egbekegbe's deputy national chairman for Northern Nigeria, have decided to make his people happy. So he decided to go and withdraw 100 million naira cash. His name is Ali Buka Dalori. So he's giving 100 million naira cash to the people he called the vulnerable people in Maiduguri. So Borno State. So if you are from Maiduguri or if you are from APC Southwest, so if APC National Vice Chairman for Southwest, you should go and give this Abobaku their own 100 million. No? These people are working, they are working for free most of the time in empty. I mean, they are working on empty stomach. Imagine defending your oppressors with empty stomach. Double jeopardy. So if this guy could give all his own alimajiri, social media bandit, be offline bandit in APC, Egbekegbe, 100 million. So we should be able to see the Northeast National Vice Chairman of APC to go and share, because Abibo need National Chairman 300 million. See, they're going to look at me, Mayeguna, are you asking this kind of question now? National Vice Chairman. How much is 100 million? Sheng borrow me theory cash 10 million on of his own together. Abi you. Maybe say you never see 1 million naira cash at once like this in your life. 100, what is 100 million? Lenwe. What is 100 million? Lenwe. Mashio. So what is the work of the vice chairman of a political party? Can you tell me again? You know they are the ruling party now. You know how much money the governors will be giving him. You know all the gifts they will be giving to him. Do you know all the money? And where will those ones be getting the money from that they will be gifting to him? But you see, let us, you know how much money these people make? Make from where? From who? Abi how much money they loot? Now, like how much money they loot now? You see, don't let us pretend. Nigeria, there is money in Nigeria. There is money in Nigeria, and yet you are living on a 010. No breakfast. Something to hold body in the afternoon. No dinner. 010 life. But there is money in Nigeria. But the money is just where the money is. Now your life there they take play gamble so, and you are so loud. You think say you dey smart. It's your money. Yeah, it moved from here to here to here. They give you different names and all of that. It ends up there. And one of them is bold enough to give 100 million. And that is done in public. That is done in everybody's face. I mean, right there on your faces. So. And you already have the answer to defend them. Asking them where is that money from. Imagine the national chairman or national vice chairman of Democratic Party in America. Just put $100 million on the table. Like Mayweather. $100 million. And then you see Americans, Democrats around him. And say, Thanksgiving is coming. And the economy is tough. So I just thought I should do good to everybody, like you see. Thank you very much. Abi, now Thanksgiving is what all Americans love to participate in, Abi. Thanksgiving. And the economy is tough. So, National Deputy Chairman of Democratic Party or Republican Party, or the concern in my own country here, Labour Party. And that person will not be answering question. A lot of it. But it is Nigeria. Just manage them like that. Nigeria is poor. We cannot afford all these things you are talking about to build. Government is trying their best. Let us appreciate them. Okay? They are trying to find solution. That is why the economic problem of Nigeria is so bothering, is so kind of so much that the finance commissioners, state finance commissioners in Nigeria, 36 of them, Accountant General of Nigeria, and our own entire team, they had to buy tickets, book hotels, and they flew to London to go and discuss the solution to Nigeria problems. Office of the Accountant General, Public Financial Management, and IPSAS workshop for state commissioners of finance and officials of OAGF, Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. They are in the UK, trying to make sure that commissioners, finance commissioners, they understand how to what? By the time they tell you how much they spend to come to London to come and discuss IP sabi, IPSA sabi nkan. Akigbe oroni. Oro, Mayegun, they have killed us. Mayegun, Oro. But what are you going to do about it? Because it's going to continue to happen. Right there in Osun, where Governor Ade Dancer, Governor Ade Jackson, Ajogba Tiketi, Ajo the governor of Osun, was also caught in the Omeli. Baba awarded contracts of over 10 billion that they will build bridges in Osun State. The company they no exist. Which kind of ilu be this? Which kind of country be this? Well, I'm just going to leave it there. I'll take calls. Maybe now I'm going to do all the reactions. So I'll leave it at that. I'm going to go make myself extra cup of tea. So everybody who is still here, right? I appreciate all my super chatters. You guys are generous. I love a lot of you take time to like the broadcast. You understand? Like the broadcast. Hear it. When I get back now, you see that number on your screen, right? You can use that and call in. And you can add your own voice too. I will be back. So I have my first caller tonight, and that will be hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. I think
Yes.
is that African Wahala.
Yes.
Oh, it is same. How you
Yes.
doing today, Baba?
I'm doing very well, sir.
Yeah, we are.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Another day, another tale of the contraption, the evil place. Thank you very much for what you do. And it's very important that I thank you because, you know, you spoke about targeting the younger people, the younger demographic. It's very, very important because when a lot of people turn around 30 years old, they lose the steam and the courage and the motivation to fight for what they want and what they believe in life. Because most people around that age, they become busy with work, family, you know, hustling, trying to survive. And then they have to conform and accept what life throws at them for the vast majority of people. But the younger people are most definitely higher risk takers, and they are the ones that will implement the revolution that will change things eventually. So it's awesome that you are targeting the young people. I also want to encourage the younger people that are under the sound of my voice. Please do not lose courage. Go out there and fight for what you believe in. Nigeria is, I mean, if you believe Nigeria is redeemable, go out there and fight for that. If you don't believe Nigeria is redeemable, go out there and still fight for that. And make sure that before you turn 30, 31, you have put your best foot forward before life crushes you. Because a lot of people, once they turn 30, they lose that ability to stay motivated. And it's quite unfortunate. And some of us that are way above 30, we are still fighting. I find myself often just down, tired, just laughing about the situation because I'm sick and tired of constantly piling up negative news upon negative news, and it seems like nothing can be done. But I still have to control myself and force myself to keep on speaking up against what I don't agree with and try to support what I believe in. So it's just a word of encouragement for the younger people especially. And thank you so much, Mayogun General, for speaking to the younger people. Thank you.
The praise, that's so precise and concise as well, right? Thank you so much. You have a wonderful one there. The African Wahala, Prince Adewale. Yeah.
Hello. Hello, my MOG here.
Hey, MOG. How are you, Baba, tonight?
I'm fine, bro. My brother. God, even this last one you take cover man, I can't believe this, you know. And since 3 days I'm trying to call in, and like what African Wahala just said, this message is not going in, my brother. If it's going in, really, if this message is going in, by now, I believe Nigeria will not be the same. Because I took my time to go to El-Rufai's son's interview. I was shocked upon the expression on this guy's face, facial expression, and the way he's talking, how happy and confident he was. And people are still under the comment section, about 400 comments. We are just saying, I love him, I love this guy, I don't know, this guy is like this. If you never listen to somebody, you will not believe he's so. You know, I was like, what is going on in this Nigeria? This guy, you can see it very open that his father sent him to come and do damage control for him on that interview. You will see everything. It took like almost 25 minutes of that interview praising his father indirectly, and even taking accolade. Saying that also, my father, I'm not him, but he's him. I will always love him. If people like they believe it or not, he's this, he's that. That his father is one of the best thing that this administration ever lost. Not even working with them.
Not making him minister is a loss. If his father was part of this government, it would have helped Tinubu to achieve more. All of that stuff is unimaginable.
And Shehu was like trying to let him know, asking him question. Did you get this appointment by merit or something like this? He now went around again. Even when he cited his wife, because I believe his wife was there at the left side. When he cited, he make one reference that somebody connected to the wife, auntie, that she is the auntie. That means the connection. That's the family circle. From this Obadi Shehu, the new governor of Kaduna, and also this Jewish appointment they gave him now from CBN, first year something. He, every interview, everything he said there now went around that he never got it by merit. He got it by they know them. And even this CBN stuff, they use it to compensate his father. They use it. At the end of the day, he now said, the youth, if they like, they are still sleeping or they are stupid. If they want to be stupid, let them be stupid. And he even insulted Obio Kwesneze after, oh God. And he said, you are telling me that Nigeria is a country, my brother. Okay, look at this guy, aviation minister, went to Airbus shop or the hall. He was he now
on a vacation or somebody on
not what he went there, but where you go and watch that thing for you. He now turned his hand like Ola of Lagos. He now doing that for Airbus. He now say we have 380, we have this, we have. I think he's the sales manager of Airbus. A whole aviation minister.
They said he's the Ola of aviation in Nigeria. Anyway,
that's exactly what he was doing there. Now coming back to this budgeting and no budgeting, and this man, this guy now opened up his mouth and on international television and said all animals are equal, but there's animals that are equal more than others. Okay, is this money they are giving to you? Are they giving them this money by cash to all these senators, or are they putting it in work to the ministry or to their states? Okay, saying this thing now, that means all the project they are dragging, people get another money, these people get another level of money. Is it not one Nigeria? Is it not one Nigeria? The same citizens are going to enjoy these facilities all around Nigeria. Are they different Nigerians everywhere that these people are dragging this my constituency? Is this 1963 Michael Okpara build Adapam that supply? Is this same Nigeria where all these old people, all those founders build when we have regional government, when Eastern everybody we are developing at their own pace? Is this the same thing? Because if you travel migrate from east to south to west, you will enjoy facility of Nigerian government. So now they are not grabbing this contract and taking this money as if they are not dropping interview the contractors. And Nigerians are still sleeping upon all the money. Yeah, because if not, this guy said about this 500 million. Nobody knows about this money. Nobody will hear it, and people are suffering.
I know.
Sorry, 1 minute. And coming back to the billionaire also involved in budget. God, Davido. Everybody should tag Davido. Everybody should tag. If a madman is not ashamed, his brothers and sisters must be ashamed. They're supposed to be tagging their families now. It's bullshit. Thank you, my Gubiko. This thing is getting out of hand.
No, it is. Thank you so much. We have another. Oh, sorry, I actually just lost that. I was taking there another one. Meanwhile, yes, I've got a clip of Prosper Sotobo Keyamo's display, and yeah, I'm going to probably share that with you soon. But let me take this call first, okay?
Hello. Mayegun Baba.
One true emperor, is that you? Okay, I think I just muted you. I'm so sorry. Is that you?
Yeah, that's me, Sakpa Maleku.
Wa alaikum asakpa. How are you today?
I'm good, my brother. I'm good. Today, as in Mayugu, your show for the last 4 days has just been beautifully entertaining. As in, Mayugu, look at what is going on. 10 trillion naira padded and stolen. But guess what, Mayugu? I'm not surprised. This happened during Jonathan's regime. This happened during Yar'Adua's regime. This happened during Buhari's regime. So why are Nigerians surprised? Why are those zombies surprised? They are still in their house. They've not yet scattered everywhere. They are there in Pecas. And my good, they are not hungry. Trust me. After this that you've just said, and Nigeria is still standing, I told you these people are not hungry. They are just shouting. These zombies in Nigeria are just noisemakers. Look at what even the other show you did with this guy, Apabioli.
Yeah.
I mean, have people forgotten the atrocities that guy committed when he was governor, when he was NDC chairman?
I don't think they forgot.
My good, Nigeria is dead. Nigeria is dead, and the people living in that country are zombies. It's just as simple as that. And they are still waiting for people like us to come and save them. And they will still say we are the enemies. And yet they've looted the future of their country. Now, let me tell you the reason why I'm calling you. Maigu, I'm from Osun State. So I want to talk about Ade Dancer, that bastard. Do you know that?
Go on, Baba.
Guy, they follow him. Do you know that Osun State has a loan that will take them over 100 years to pay off? Do you know that Osun State? Yes. Do you know that Osun State also has another loan that will take them 86 years to pay off?
I do know.
And they also have another loan that will take them about 70 years to pay off. People of Osun State, till their 4th and 5th generation, they will still be paying debt. Not to now talk of Nigeria as a whole. Nigeria, those zombies back home, their children's children will pay debt. No development cannot come in that land.
You can't have any development if you are using 98% of your revenue to service debt. How you want to take development?
Is it 98% or 100%? What money is Nigeria making?
There's nothing left anyway.
Is Nigeria even paying off those debts? They are going up and down to borrow money to pay off debt. And yet, some idiot is shouting on national TV that they are padding budget. It's not saying anything new. Let us now leave that one. Let me now go to that bloated pig. You know what I'm talking about, the bloated pig. Asari Doko. The lamentations of Asari is just starting. That video where you play, I just they laugh. Not be Asari where they try from militant general, where he's ready to kill anybody for Tinubu. Yes. Asawana weary. They shout Asawana, and their own people for the creek, they die like dogs. And now Asari is trying to sound like a scholar, saying the junters are coming. Olori Buruku, you yourself, you are a junta. Asari is a terrorist. That is how I see Asari.
Agberu be terrorists, terrorizing people.
Exactly.
Militants be terrorists, committing economic sabotage and terrorizing the people. Fulani be terrorists. Boko Haram be terrorists. These are people who have directly affected. Their actions have directly affected thousands and millions of people's lives, directly and indirectly. But today, people don't even understand the meaning of terrorism. When people force you to do things against your will. That's what they do.
Honestly, Nigerians don't know what it means to be free. And they don't know what it means to be free because all these things that you are showing them, all these things that you are saying, for people to still attack you, attack me, attack reasonable people. That is the reason why I laugh at them. Because at the end of the day, people like me will keep on progressing while they are dying like dogs. Make them kidnap them because at the end of the day, Nigeria will break up. You see, all these things that are happening is just telling me that I will see Oduduwa nation in my lifetime.
Sure.
Because only a fool, only a zombie, only a slave will be comfortable with the way Nigeria is going.
No doubt.
But at the end of the day, Mayegun, they will still say we are the enemies. But anyways.
And their leaders that they are thinking will probably be touched by God or something, right? They will keep proving us right that whatever we say is not out of envy, it's not out of enmity, it is out of
It's not, Mayegun, it's not out of envy. We are showing them concern. We are telling them this is how things should be done. We are showing them evidence of their slave master, stealing their children's destiny, stealing their children's wealth. And yet that idiot that he calls himself Davido says his family does not need to steal money, that they are billionaires. But my guy, 10 billion. My good, Nigeria is there.
What will happen is that we'll just have to open book, okay, and tell everybody how his papa made his money. That the rich family, Davido family, rich family, and all of that. The criminals. Okay, we just spoke about. I mean, what were we talking about? The guys in the bank who are helping them. See, we'll talk about that some other day. Leave it at that, okay?
Michael, thank you, Jerry. Thank you for all.
You have a good
day.
Meanwhile, I want to ask my caller to hang in there for me for a second, okay? So here I've got Lord Soldier. Thank you very much for that your super chat. I've got Emanuela in Ronya. Thank you very much, ma'am, for that too. Is that Emanuela? Emanuele? All right, thank you. I've got Larry Babs. That's some veterans there too, Baba. Thank you, Salary. Shongo Okoya will visit these looters with his instrument of office, one after the other. He say, this boy says it better. Le Babs rather. So, Bab, thank you. Listen to this.
Of our grading leaders. Oh, Thunder, where are you? This is the time you are supposed to strike, so that you eliminate all of them, so that you have peace in our nation. We'll throw you there in one aeroplane, so that it will crash land in the course of their journey.
Here's my caller. Hello there.
Waye. All right, Prince speaking, Waye. It's been a while.
I know.
And
how are you?
I'm jolly good. I'm calling with another number. So you have to.
Easy for me. I'm gonna study that too. So Prince.
Yeah. So Maye, quick one. You know, I've been watching from behind. You know, sometimes your show is so interesting to the point that we just, after listening, sometimes I can't just call. I just try to ponder on everything you've spoken about, and I just reflect on on how Nigeria is just.
What have I just said?
Yeah, and that's, you know, I just can't call at that time. I just begin to think about so many things. But now, I think Nigerians need to start holding some people accountable. You see this appropriation, whatever they've put into this budget.
It is so massive.
There are some people Nigerians need to hold accountable.
There are some things that sometimes you just look at them and you just move on. But you see this one, it's so deep, it's so much that you can tell that these ones, they don't have any plan for anybody. Just, and it's sad in times like this when they are telling people.
All right, me, I'm not surprised, I'm not surprised because, like the last caller said, it's been ongoing and we know. But you see, there are some things Nigerians need to start doing now, Maye. And I think on one of your shows you mentioned this thing. We need to start making sure we educate our people back home to the grassroots so that when these idiots go back to their constituency to give them sewing machines, motorcycles,
grinding machines
that will not get them anything, they should stone them. And I'm going somewhere, Maye.
following you, Baba.
You see that guy called Olamilekan in Senate? You know he's the one behind all this.
I know I'm well now. He's
just recently,
a good run in that place, and he's going to
just recently,
State soon if he's not stopped.
Just recently, he went to his constituency, and he was giving out all sorts of,
you know, he gave out,
I think that
1.5 billion naira worth of stuff.
He said. Yeah, he was in two phases. He also gave out some other, this machine and motorcycles. And you see, the people of Yewa, they celebrate him, and they don't know the havoc.
No, they did not know the percentage of what he's giving them and the one he's keeping for himself. Here you get. With the little he's giving to them, this is the way you they talk, Baba. If you talk up for Ilaru, you probably barely escape with your life.
Are you serious?
I'm more than
okay, this is where I'm going. The reason why I'm mentioning, the reason why I tried to call this guy out is because, before I left Nigeria, I know this guy. I know how he's made his money, how he joined politics, and I think it was hold on, if I remember, I think he's been in politics since 2003. 1992.
It was reportedly working inside one of their ministries in 1999. Okay, so when the window was open, he became one of the boys that was good.
He took over from one lady like that in Alimosho. Well, I followed him very closely because I saw all the havoc that guy caused in Lagos when he was chairman's committee on finance. You see, the people of Lagos, they just sit down there, celebrate, they see all this useless and all these projects that will not see the light of the day. They start it and they don't complete it. And I just look at them. These are some of the things this guy did in Lagos when he was chairman's committee on finance. How they launder money anyhow. But I am calling this evening because because for me, I have a group of guys who live back in Nigeria, and we've been discussing how we can expose these people. These people should not be getting away with this all the time. He will go back to that constituency now in Yewa or wherever, and he would dole out money to people, and people will celebrate him and think he's actually doing them good.
What I'm saying here now, Prince, right? Please, I love you. Okay, like if you are in a large, be very careful of those you see them around there. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just saying how much influence he has that people are ready to kill for him. But like I know, said, we must.
Maye, I know what you're talking about, and I'm not scared. You know why?
About when he was in Lagos, Abi. He's a guy that is very good with cultists. Let's say it. Okay?
And I know all his dogs. One of them died recently. I know all his dogs.
When they talk about giving guns, gun running, and the rest of that, I will say boldly and loudly. Okay? Yaji is so good with the cultists, cult boys, violence boys. He kind of feels like he can be an umbrella for them. And he has so much money. You get that? So therefore, you do not even need, most of the people that you see that are ready to kill for him, they do not look like dangerous people. Sure, you get now. These are like voluntary assassins that could be voluntary, all because of that money. His story deep, and Ogun State will have it very soon.
That's no money. That's filthy money. That's filthy.
It's what they are flowing in, unfortunately.
But people need to know these things. The reason why I'm saying this tonight is because let me tell you why. I've had some people that we've had, we don't talk anymore because I believe that this is not normal. This is not the way things should go. And we need to stop this. We don't talk anymore. These are good friends of mine that, we grew up together. And yet, because of
there's so many of us
because of political,
I promise you.
Yeah, because of my ideology and what I've seen, and I know that this is not right. No. So I just, you know what?
There's one thing I will add before you, okay? And that is the fact that some people tell you that it is politics. Everybody have their choice. Of course, people have their choices to make and all that, okay? But if your choice continue to hurt me, or continue to hurt the people I love, or put their lives in danger. Sorry, I've got something to pop off for us. It seems that we have. Sorry, one second, Prince. So one of my screens just turned off. So I want to make sure that I do not miss anything. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Maye.
So what happened is that people will say it is it's politics. Don't take it personal. Blah 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 blah. But when you actually continue to threaten my safety, the safety of my family, and you call yourself my friend, and you think it's just politics, I would rather not be friends with you. No, that's not just politics now. That means you are just somebody who intentionally will see me possibly die or in agony with people I love. When you continue to support people whose policies put my life, my livelihood in danger. So such people are not supposed to be your friends. This is not just politics because it's not a game.
Yes.
But tell me more, Baba.
Yes. For me, I don't even have, because I have nothing to lose. I have no family in Nigeria apart from my extended family, to be honest. But one of them recently, I told him something. I said, for me, I will continue to drum support for justice, peace, and righteousness in Nigeria, no matter what. You see all these shenanigans you guys are doing, don't bring it closer to me, because Ujutela. You can't tell me to accept what I know is actually wrong. But I'm charging people because I know some of them will be listening, Mayegun. A lot of them, they listen. I know that they already know that there's a guy that is exposing how corrupt the Nigerian system is. So they listen.
Are laughing, hoping that
they listen, Mayegun. I have a message for them. They need to be very careful, because you see, the fact that people don't even come out to even say what they do behind, they should be careful, because their days are numbered. No matter how long it takes for them to cover people's eyes, to make them feel that no, they're actually doing them good, whereas they are selling their future. You understand? They are selling their wealth. Their commonwealth, that their children will have to suffer or look into the sea to survive, and there will be no means of survival. They should watch it. This is just unfair. This is just unfair, because this budget, how did they even get away with it in the first place?
Now they are not getting anything. Forget it. Maybe next year,
all right,
maybe they will consider anything for you. But for now, just forget it. There's nothing for you.
It is well, Maye.
Unfortunately. So, Baba,
people should just owe them. This is one of the persons anyway. Maye, thank you so much. Thank you.
God bless you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much as well. That was a praise. So I have another caller here. Hello.
Maye.
Baba.
Maye.
Yes, sir.
I just want to gloat a little bit too. That's all I call for. I won't gloat small.
No, it's all right. Go for it.
Asari, on your pampas we shall stand. On your poo-poo we shall shine. On your poo-poo. On your poo-poo. On your poo-poo we shall shine. This one for Asari.
Right.
This one for Asari. Asari unto. Asari unto. 3 hearty eya for Asari. Eya. So you don't Asari don't see her now. Asari don't see her now. I don't clear. How the way when they shout, if you talk anyhow, you go see anyhow. You go collect woto. I don't declare now. It's really unfortunate.
Those who actually were, those who wanted to see others possibly cry are the loudest right now. The theory of drinking the poison and expecting somebody else to die. They are now those under 1 year Chronicles and then Lamentation of Alaji Asari. I'm probably going to do some on that.
For a while, I was wondering, see, where Asari did, where Asari did. Whenever they hear the guy voice, That time when Bingo now, I think he was in the presidency house now. That kind of thing. They give statement.
Rock now. He was there when they wear this white agbada. He came out to the address press. They tell them saying just had meeting with Tinubu. Tinubu don't tell us, say, everybody calm down. He's gonna fix it. He's a man. Trust him. But the whole story don't change. They say Ijo people say this is the worst government ever. Ijo people from their own Ijo.
They don't play Asari politics. Now I don't clear. Yeah, I don't clear well. It's really unfortunate.
He want the advice.
No,
we all need to
he go collect your Tukano mic from you now.
He go
small time now.
He go chance, Baba. He go drag him and tell all of you. You all need to rise. Fulanis are coming. From this and that, say, who be this?
Ingo don't get experience now. I've been watching that your video, that your interview, you and the guy, that was 2016. So Ingo don't get, the experience of how it is.
I'll go look for the video. I even want to see how I talk to him that time because he used to be my friend. I'm sorry. We're just talking about how how Bokwari would fail this and that. And Asari was my friend. Yeah, he'll be telling me, Mayegun, let me tell you. If I me, I believe because I don't read about Asari now. When I did Nigeria, and they see Asari with handcuff like that, they say, I like this guy, human rights fighter. I left Nigeria. He did in front of my screen. They talk to me. I say, I believe you're allergic. I'm all Nabu.
I've been seeing now that you're 20 now. Anyway, it was a short clip. Now I've been seeing like 1 minute. When they talk of IPOB. No, it was a while back. Now that time, you never get all this white behavior. I don't know. I don't know whether I'm stressed. I mean, I waited, But then, Michael, good job where they do because, like these videos that you showed us today, I have to say the way you analyzed it, it makes sense. Because it now creates that anger within us, to be honest. It created, I was watching everything and I was like, oh my God, assuming these were analyzed like the way you did it, maybe say Nigeria, the way Nigerians are, I mean, unfortunately, I'm still one of them, but the way Nigerians are, it takes they hard before, you can really whip up the sentiment and make people, spring to action. But really, the way you explain all these things, I was like, Nigeria is finished too.
Like where you start, even you yourself, you ask yourself, what can remain now? Like, okay, which one can remain? Which one is real now? So are you saying, Mayegun, all these 1,000 something, they are not real? Like they are just there, but there is figure. They are not real. They are just there. Okay.
Baba, so, it is sad.
When College of Education construct road of 1 billion, do you think that is real?
As in, who does that?
You see agricultural center, they construct street light 1 billion. How can you say that is real?
God.
It is a messed up place, Baba. It is messed up.
As you talk, Nigeria is a crime scene.
It's unfortunate.
That's what it is. There is no two ways about it. Michael, how far for student loan now? No show again, Abi?
No. They don't send that one back to the rep. Now they say make rep go re-enact the law. Maybe they go remake the law. The same law with Tinubu sign. They won't go remake bullshit. So that all these things that everybody's talking about, maybe they can figure it out. Oh, Baba. OG 2026.
And somebody goes to
somebody back by 2025. They go bring all these things.
And somebody go say,
Tinubu no fit do all those things. It's first time. These northerners, they don't like us. So Tinubu just wanted to wait for some time. He go can't do all these things, and you go still see educated mumus. They argue with you. That you don't understand. You don't understand these things. See the idiot. Baba.
Tell Peter I'll be making forget 2027 or that nonsense where they do. Tell him making job.
See, Baba, we are tired of people anymore. You see what we are showing people now? We are showing them consequences of their action before they happen.
Their action, exactly.
So that exactly. Telling people that you need to. It's all waste of time. Don't tell them anymore.
A waste of time, Baba.
Show them what they are doing. Nothing. Tell them what will happen.
Exactly.
Okay, and go and wait.
At least this guy. This madman, at least in try small Ningi, they show us how it is. But of course,
open kind of worms, and indeed, it's true. Whatever we
but he wouldn't have done this. He wouldn't have done this if perhaps maybe he knew the benefit as much as in they expect. You know, some of these politicians, they don't do the, I mean, they wouldn't do things like this if they are not benefiting.
It's very clear.
And so it be normal, you know.
It's very clear. He said, when they discover where the money they go, they discover that 30% of that money they go north. Over 70 they go south. So that's unfair. The rest of the country should know about it then. That okay, with the part budget too, but this year no work. Now cheating. They have cheated the north. This money, for 70%
they
is going
didn't
to the
cheat
pocket
Nigeria,
of the Southerners, not us. So it's not doing us any favor, Baba, unfortunately. But thank God that saying open arm so that people like me can show people where they hope say Nigeria go work. I say, oh yeah, come here. Oh yeah, come and see how Nigeria will work. Oh yeah, tell me, I'll show you. Because if people like him is not showing this, right? It will make my work hard to convince those who still hope. Now people like this, they make my work easier. So I go show you. So you can sit down there and they tell yourself, say it go work, and tell me say you know mad. So Baba, thank you so much.
No, Baba. By the way, my name is Walter Ochiozo.
And that is
thank you very much, Baba.
Ladies and gentlemen. Walter, you have a good one, Baba. Okay, nice one. So that's that. Lababs, I am still very much grateful for your super chat. I've had others too who have added on to say, Mayagu, well done, and I do really appreciate. I'm serious. Thank you. Remember, you can still like the broadcast if you haven't already, just so you know, okay? Here, I can tell that Folarin was trying to get in earlier. Oh, Folarin, sir.
Hello.
I hope you'll be able to get through, but I do have another one here. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, ma. How are you?
Hello. Good evening. I'm good. Honestly, you're doing a great job.
Thanks.
There's no, we can't even reward you everything you're doing. God will reward you.
Amen.
I don't know if I'm the only one really that is upset about all these issues, because what is making me really like getting me so upset is those people, the so-called educated people back home, and some of them here would think when you talk to them about all these things, I can't imagine anybody with his or her right senses will see what is going on in the country, and also with all this their budget, all those things, everything, and they still and you still believe in that country, and you still support all these people. Are they really normal?
No, they are not.
I don't get it. I don't get it. That is what is really making me sad. Because all these things you are reading, all these the budget, all the billions, trillions for this, even for what is it called? For the Obas.
And now,
empowerment to empower of royal fathers. Hey, John, to your law, what is that for?
What does that even mean?
This is so insane. This is insane. This is not normal at all. This is not good. And people are still supporting them. I have so many enemies now. Those that I call my friends, they've turned my enemies, all because of this thing. This
they want you to
that is so
away.
obvious.
They want you to be more concerned
that when you are
about
exactly. Exactly. And when I explain to them,
they will tell you, well, Nigeria is already spoiled, Jare. Let us just support our own. Nigeria is already gone. Is it now that Nigeria is gone back?
Some of them are even not, some of them don't even agree.
Not all of them even agree.
Some don't even agree. They don't even agree that they believe, it's everywhere. Even the country you have, what is happening there? A lot of things that are happening in that country as well. Even all this America, this is they said that also. Can you imagine? This is sad. And so how do we now fight for change? How do we now take ourselves, like, leave this slavery thing? Because they are all slaves here. They don't know. When you explain to them, their mindset is something, it's somewhere. This is so sad. Honestly.
Remember that children are trapped in all of this, ma'am. I actually get so sad. I was sadder.
Honestly, yesterday.
You know what I mean? Children are trapped in all of this poverty, insecurity, and the rest too. Then you watch them. It continues. Oh man.
Honestly, see, there's this thing I saw. This man talk about the country, about like, oh, we have oil, and Kuwait have oil, Saudi they have oil, and then they have Qatar, they have gas, and they are living good.
Yes.
That we don't have Nigeria doesn't have reason to be poor.
Honestly.
That is just mainly the mismanagement of our politicians and not sort of.
Nigeria have no reason to be poor, and they don't understand why Nigeria is poor. People are living in denial. They are dishonest. Everybody knows why Nigeria is poor. I just show you
And actually, Yani, I said it to one of my friends. He's a man. I started the same secondary school. We are in the same group, This something. We are in the same group, and I explained to him like this, and they said, honestly, the man is now. He's not talking to me again. No, he's not talking to me again. No, I'm not become the enemy. Like, oh, you just believe everything you people are saying. You are right. Nigeria is going to do this. Even the country you have. If what they are the kiniko, blah 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 blah. Oh my God, I was like, my brain was
you'll be
just
so
spinning, like
inside. It will be like that person should be next to you, and maybe you should just commit a crime to sleep in jail.
Just give the brain. Just give the brain of the world to reset the brain.
Somebody with brain, no active. Hey.
Honestly.
My dear sisters and mom, right? Thank you so much. With that, I told you, I said, our message should be targeted at the young ones, okay? Because they are those
exactly the young ones.
They are not deceived.
Honestly,
until it is too late. Like they deceived us.
Abiyo.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Regards to your family. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think somehow I'm having an issue with my my screen, and it keeps going back and forth. So I'm thinking I should take one more call, but at the same time, it is not looking nice enough for me to do that. It looks too dark. I don't even know how it feels on your screen, right? So I want to say thank you to everybody for tonight. We're going to leave it at that, okay? Thank you so much for joining me and for being part of this. If you joined us midway, I advise that you should possibly watch this from the start. It's quite interesting and detailed. So, and if you have been with me all night as well, you haven't really liked the broadcast, please do, okay? Share the broadcast as well if you haven't. And I am going to see you some other time. Thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun nàmbà wá. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun nàmbà wá. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayegun nàmbà wá. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary Náíbì number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí. Máyégún Diary Náíbì number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary Náíbì number one. Máyégún Diary politico. Máyégún Diary Náíbì number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún Diary Náíbì number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Máyégún Diary Náíbì number one. Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Máyégún Diary Náíbì number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Ayé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni. Mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni. Ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni. Ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́. Ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o. Ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.